T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome back. It's Thursday. It's your boy. I'm Jest. You are my Jesticles, my Jestys, the bestie Jestys, the Jest audience on the planet. Welcome back to another Thursday stream. I've got two in the chat. The first one is Tedward, here to tell you more things about the G3, the very, very super cool event that we have coming up very soon. And you can actually still get this jersey. It's gas. It's so gas. So if you go over and get yourself one of those jerseys, write me out. I'll throw in a pair of whites, YGM whites for you at the event. So just so you know. Of course, by the way, if you do if you get a pair of YGM whites during the stream, I will throw in extra goodies for you. As always, that's the deal. Anytime you guys buy something from the You Got Moves website, I will throw in extra goodies if you do it during the Thursday stream. So, with that being said, I'm gonna introduce my guests. The first one, of course, is Tedward, here to tell you about things. But also, I have the one and only, the no-oneist, the no one. You know, this guy has the best name to make fun of on the face of the planet, because the jokes are quite possibly better than the Jest jokes, which is a rare occurrence. But we're gonna get all the way into that after we talk to Teddy about what's going on with this You Got Moves thing. So let's hear from the man.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Jess, as always. And might I say, that G3 jersey looks mighty spiffy, sir.
You definitely outdid yourself on this one, Tedward. This is one of your best designs, undoubtedly.
Show him the back real quick, just real quick. You got to show him the back of the jersey, man. You got to stand up and give them the people what they want, bro. Look at that. Oh, man. With the big gauntlet on the back. I love it.
So, if you're trying to, as Thanos said, do it yourself, you're going to have to come out to California, put on the gauntlet, and fight your way through the Avengers level threat that is G3.
Speaking of, if you're trying to come out and do it yourself, I should probably get to the point of why I'm here today, which is to announce when the next batch of competitor tickets are on sale. So, let's see, we got a couple people in here. Oh, look, there's Rhapsode in there in the comments, and Cypher.
Yo, we actually got some heat in the comments right now. We got Cypher and Sode in the comments, and Sode said he wanted to compete. Like, I hope that's not, like, putting him on the spot or anything, but he did say it on the internet, so
I'll be sure to send him an invoice for his contenders entry fee, and then as long as he actually ponies up and buys the GA ticket. Wait, you're not competing? Did you change your mind?
I think
What's going on?
I think the nope is no, it's not putting him on the spot. Because he just said, also, I'm doing it, I'm bringing it.
This is true. He did say that.
Let's give our mans the benefit of what is actually not really a doubt here. That's pretty clear. That's pretty clear.
Well, Rhapsody, go get your GA ticket then, right now.
Do it.
Go get your GA ticket so I can send you your contenders invoice.
Get your GA ticket so I'll give you a pair of whites that you can use on the day of. I got you.
Boom. There you go.
It's Kill Bill Volume 4.
Volume 4. I love it. Okay. So, as far as when the next tickets are on sale, the answer is very simple. They, if you go to yougotmoves.g3 and you click on the tournament entry and you click on batch number 2, it is on sale right now.
Right now.
I just put them on sale right now.
Right now. So that's
So
potentially...
kudos to anyone who's watching the stream.
Yeah, that's potentially a
ahead.
lot of people that I have to give extra stuff to if they go and buy their tickets right now.
Anyway, yeah, batch number 2 is on sale, so there is 10 spots available. The next 10 tickets will not be on sale until we sell 50 more GA tickets. So we got 50 more of these guys to get through before... Oh, Scott says he's competing.
Ooh. Scott
Interesting.
Coming in with the probably a D's nuts joke.
Probably.
Oh, he just said psych. You know why do we ever believe anything that this man says?
You know, we should know by now. His name is Psych.
We should just assume that the first interaction that we have with him for the day is somehow a psych out. Mm-hmm. Because 100%. Like realistically, like that's kind of where we're at. But yo, everybody smash that like button, share the stream, share it in your local gloving community, share it on your feed, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, whatever. I don't care. Share it. Because we're going to have to get the word out. The next time we are putting out competitor tickets after this batch is after we hit 50, what's the word? Spectator tickets. 50
more GA tickets.
Right. GA, general entry.
Venue
tickets.
Entry, however you want to think of it. It is your key to get in the door. 50 more people have to commit to getting in the door before we release the next 10 competitor tickets.
Right.
So I don't expect that to be for another couple weeks at least.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, those are now on sale. Those are now on sale, and I cannot get over how good that jersey looks.
The jersey looks good. I gotta give it to you. I gotta hand it to you.
Looking forward to a high quality project video wearing the jersey and the gloves and all the things.
Yeah, I'll be doing that at Infrasound in 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Oh well, your shorts should be there by then too. I ordered you some matching shorts for those.
Oh shit! I'm gonna be swagged head to toe.
Absolutely. But anyway, I think that about covers it. I just wanted to pop in and drop the good news. Are there any questions in the chat about G3 that we haven't already answered before I go? I think we've covered them.
I think we covered this round of things for sure. So that's good news. But yeah, anywho. Thank you, Tedward, for dropping by. Are you telling me
no one has a question?
I have a question, Tedward. Are you gonna glove upside down for us today?
I am not. But I can't believe you missed my one pun. I can't believe you missed my one pun. That was a fantastic segue, and you just left it on the floor.
Listen. No one jokes are, as I said, the second most common, probably more common even than just jokes. So. No one comes up more often than the word just. So, listen, here we are with the man, the myth, the legend, the no one.
Hello. How's it going?
Welcome to the stream. We have been trying to get you on the stream for a while, but we've also been gaming for probably about 2-3 years now together.
Probably going on 3 now, yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because I didn't realize that you were the same person that fed me a grilled cheese at Electric Forest and then came and traded with me at the Dome until about 6 to 8 months into our gaming relationship is when I was like, wait a minute, that's the same guy. So that goes to show my my capacity for connecting dots there.
It's okay. Dots were connected. Lines were drawn.
But that was a good experience. That was a good first meeting. You worked at
Absolutely.
What was the place called you worked at?
So I worked at this food truck. It's called Big Cheese Food Truck. It's based out of DC, and that's actually where I'm from, the DC area. DMV Glovers is kind of what brought me up, but we were out there doing grilled cheeses, just slinging them up at Electric Forest. It was the first year we had been able to get up there and work it, and it was my second time going to the festival. But it's a really great experience to get up there and be able to sell grilled cheeses and hang out, flow with people, and free festival. You get paid while you're there, and you get to hang out and give out free grilled cheeses to people who need them.
Listen, any excuse to go to a festival is a good excuse to go, and giving people grilled cheeses is definitely a wholesome, satisfying experience. And your grilled cheese saved my life that night, so that's a side note.
I'm glad to do it.
So
we wouldn't be here if I hadn't given you that one.
So how long have you been gloving?
So I actually started gloving back in 2013. My first pair, which I think is probably similar to a lot of people's first experience with gloves, was a blackout pre-wire set from Spencer's. It was not even mine. It was something that a buddy of mine had gotten, and it was December of 2013. It was my senior year of high school, and we were up on his roof and we were messing around with these gloves, and I was like, this is kind of fun. I ended up like 5 or 6 months later going out to a show and saw people using gloves, like microlights, actual gloves, and not just the pre-wires, and I was like, oh, like that's really cool. That's nicer than what I had because my buddy just gave me those because I liked them. So I went out and I bought myself, that was right when the chromas released, I bought myself a set of chromas, and I love those chips.
That was a good set of chips. In fact, if people have the blackboard chromas still, if you go look at your chroma chips, and if you have those chips, set them aside, because those are collector items and they might be worth something.
Yeah.
So you already mentioned you're from the Washington area, Washington D.C. area. What specific state do you live in? Do you live in Virginia, or do you live in D.C.?
So I live in Virginia. I am just a stone's throw, or I grew up rather, a stone's throw away from the D.C. line. It took me about 15 minutes to get to D.C. or to Maryland. So really, DMV really symbolized kind of where we lived, because it was very much just a splash all there. The borders kind of didn't matter as much. But
so DC, Maryland, Virginia is DMV?
Yes.
Okay.
So I currently live now in Richmond. I've been down here for about 5 years. But when I got into gloving back in 2013 and got into the scene and everything, everybody who I knew was just in a very localized area, Southern Maryland, DC, Northern Virginia, and that was the Candy Lights crew for the most part. That was like the big people that I knew that were going on there.
That makes sense. So Candy Lights, I was going to ask about teams and local squads next. Candy Lights is the original OG crew of that area, or was there something that happened?
So definitely not. There was a lot more OG crews and dance crews and other fingerstyles things that were going on in the DC area, but that was also just before my time. So for me coming in, that's what I was aware of as far as gloving. So when I looked at, this is what we have for like a gloving team in the area, it was Candy Lights. That's what it was for me.
That makes sense, because I'm actually pretty sure that a lot of Dark Matter squad happened on the East Coast. So there's a very, very good chance that your area was ground zero for some of that stuff. But that begs the question of what other teams were there to look out for, in the area, and what do you know about the kind of the history of how those teams developed?
So there was, of course, Northern Lights, which also had its own Facebook group, and that was kind of mostly centralized.
Hold that thought a second. Snap says Department of Motor Vehicles gang, and I just have to acknowledge that because that is exactly what I think of every time someone says DMV in context to the gloving community. Does not matter that I know what it stands for. I know I hear Department of Motor Vehicles. Okay, carry on.
You want a DMV light show? Okay. I need 3 forms of ID, and please just wait there. Take a number. I'll see you in about 25 minutes. Next.
That's actually a accurate depiction of how my lines happen at festivals.
23A. It's time for a light show.
Take a number. Get in line.
23A. The 23A. Okay.
Love it. That's fun.
Yeah. So there was Northern Lights. Northern Lights, actually, they had their own Facebook group separate to Glover's Lounge, and that was based in the kind of northeast section of the country. That was like a lot of the New York people were kind of heading that up, and the influence expanded down the East Coast, and along with that was another team called Vibe Tribe that expanded up and down the East Coast.
So,
I also know that there was also 4D up from the Northeast.
yeah, 4D kind of happened later though, didn't it? Because I feel like
that was coming up when I was once I got into the scene. That's when 4D was kind of also doing its thing.
That makes sense. I forget that we met in 2017, and in 2017, even though it was a really like positive year for experiences and meeting new people, it was one of the like later years in gloving activity for the last few years. That is like 2018, 2019, particularly 20 and 21 kind of just like was on a downhill trend. But I feel like this year everyone's like, shit, is everyone still alive? Let's go out and glove.
Yeah, the stir craziness has kind of stirred us back up and out, and there's definitely some people who may have been like, oh, I'm taking a break from this, being like, wow, I've got the itch, I got the itis, like I got to get out there and do it again.
You said it perfectly by saying stir craziness, because what is stir craziness to a bunch of people who can't stop fidgeting their hands? It's the itch to go and wiggle their hands at people. Like, that's really what it is. So this music box keeps cutting in and out. I don't know if you're hearing that too, or if that's just me.
Is it cutting out on the stream?
I have a feeling what we're hearing is what I'm hearing is what the stream's hearing. No question, because my thing is reading the desktop. So,
what would you like to do?
I think we're just gonna tough it out because it's not that bad. It's been if it gets real choppy and real issues, especially. I mean, we're just talking at the moment. I'm just asking you about your community and your history here. But if we start trying to start doing a light show and it's getting choppy, we're gonna have problems. So
yeah, it'll be a little frustrating then.
Yeah. So Dustin said you were sitting on that DMB joke, and he could tell that you were waiting to use it, and I gotta say, even if it was planned and rehearsed, it is a fucking great joke.
Dustin gives me way too much credit. I do not have the energy to sit and try and like think something out like that. Like, I mean, it's just you can go with that for so long. There's just so much time you could take up for just sitting and making somebody wait. Like, I don't know.
That's true.
I'll take all credit for coming up with that off the top of my head. You can believe me or not.
That's true. Sodas, how do you get out of Glover's block? So it depends on what your definition of the Glover's block is, because like if you know that you're blocked and you just can't like give a good light show, then just don't try to give a good light show. Just start drilling shit. Just start drilling things that you know, moves that you know, combos that you know. But if you feel like you are having glover's block in that you just have zero motivation to pick up the gloves whatsoever, that's a spiritual thing, my dude. You need Jesus. No, I don't know. The answer is you really just have to figure out what you fell in love with gloving for in the first place, and think about the competitiveness, because realistically, the thing that always got me to put on the gloves when I didn't want to put on the gloves was a little bit of competitive spirit, and the fact that anything that I do, I'm sort of a perfectionist in that regard. So I'll want to do it until I feel like I am satisfied with it, and that's a catch-22 because I'm never really satisfied with it. So 11 years later, I'm sitting here with the gloves on still.
I think for the second thing that you were saying, as far as like wanting to give a light show or not, I think it's making sure that you're enjoying what you're doing, because I think that's the biggest part of it. Because it's mainly important to make sure that you're having fun, because part of it is a performance artist. You're trying to make sure that somebody else enjoys what's happening because you're trying to give them a show, but the motivation towards doing it for other people needs to come from a positive place, in my opinion. So I think making sure that you're enjoying what you're doing yourself is a huge thing towards that. And then when it comes to like the technical side of things, when you're trying to figure out new things, whether it's tech or other things, it's one of the biggest things for me is finding positions that I find myself in a lot. Places that I go from like at the beginning or end of combos, or positions that I use to transition in and out of them a lot, and find new ways to get in and out of those places that I wouldn't normally do them, and try to twist my arm in different ways, find something different, and find new connections and angles and work off that.
I agree with that very much. Outlaw calls it splicing, but the idea behind it is hand independence, and a step further than that is oh, we got someone in the comments asking, what is this? This is gloving, finger lights. Is this good for arthritis? Absolutely, this is good for arthritis. This is how you train your fingers to be god level dexterity. But also the lights are good for your soul. So yes, it's good for arthritis and it's good for your soul. But as I was saying, Outlaw calls it splicing, but it's basically it's an idea rooted in hand independence, and the idea that if you can take two separate techniques and put them together, you can start making permutations of moves and make infinite permutations of a finite amount of base moves. And since you have, 2 hands and 10 fingers, 5 fingers, you got a lot of permutations to work through. So the answer to how do you get out of Glover's block is, man, just think about how much math there is to do. There's so much math to do. Just go find an equation, go find an angle that you haven't thought of yet. Find new and creative ways to make your hands hurt.
And do it till it stops hurting.
And do it till it stops hurting as much. Yeah, basically. All right, let's get the as Snaps has just said, just do it. Let's get the elephant in the room out of the way early. How would you like to glove upside down, sir? And by how, I mean how. Literally, how are you going to do it? Not how much would you like to do it, because you have to do it. I don't care how much you would like to do it.
Have to glove upside down.
You have to glove upside down, and how you do that is up to you. That works, my man. Thanks for the portals.
Let me get that off that, so it's just a little flatter.
Make sure you hit your whatever you consider to be your signature move. POV when you're in a K-hole at Jason's house. Honestly, I've seen this perspective, and it's not because I was in a K-hole, but like, yes, that's the perspective you get when you're laying down and someone's trying to give you a light show. The 45s. Looks like you are in fact satisfying the requirement. You have satisfied the requirement for the upside down light show with your signature. Dustin says he's seen your gloving so much that he knows when you've done your signature. Everybody smash that like button for our boy with the upside down gloving.
Thumbs up.
Give us a nice thumbs up, and maybe share the stream too. That'd be cool.
Like, share and subscribe. Follow. All the jazz. Big love for Jest.
So the next question, we were talking about. We ended up getting distracted by very good questions, but the last thing that we were talking about was the original teams in. And so, who would you call, and without saying outlaw, because everybody knows the answer is outlaw, who would you call the most influential characters of that area? And maybe hit a couple different generations if you can, if you know the original ones too.
So, I think some of the more influential people would have been, I think Lionel Stull has been around for a long time. I think he was really influential for me as far as some of the older generation. I know Noone is one of the people who was really influential early on in the D&B. I know as far as like people up in like the northern area for like NL and those sorts of things, there would be like Trigger Happy and Reaction.
I remember Trigger Happy.
There was as far as like newer generations, you know, you've got Elephant in the Room Mike, but I think there's also other people within Candy Lights to look at within that too. So like Tim Fickenshire Burst, who was the captain when I got brought on to Candy Lights, who made me one of the current captains, along with Josh Lee, who's a very well-known name, and I think
steamiest
is
of boys.
Extremely steamy, and I think he's obviously inarguably influential. And
True,
then,
because he's already been on the stream.
And then newer generation, I completely forgot these guys, and it just slipped my mind. There's a lot of things we were talking about, but I can't forget to show love to my other Troll Squad homies as well, which is based out of Virginia Beach. That's made by That team was done by John Reed and Mikey Acevedo, and they've definitely been really influential within our community as far as just like, these guys come from Virginia Beach area to every meetup that we ever do. These guys show up without fail, and they're always coming every meetup and kickback that we do. And I think that's just, what that does for a community is incredible.
It's goated behavior.
Yeah, it really is. I love those guys for them, honestly, just for them. But like, I honestly love them for that, because they really were a huge part of keeping our scene up and supported during a lot of those last few years. John Reed lives in Ohio now, but he's once DMV, always DMV, as we also consider Mike to be the same.
True. When you're born in when you grow up in a certain region, especially when you grow up in a certain region's rave community, that's always your home. So you can transplant and whatever, but like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But we got Fuig saying reaction and Pilgrim. I suppose they technically are on that side of the country too now, huh? Although didn't Pilgrim move as well? I believe he moved. It could be wrong.
Pretty sure he was up in like PA, New York area.
Like I said, I could be wrong. I don't know where everyone lives all the time. I'm not weird like that. I don't keep tabs on you. I'm not older brother.
You sure?
I'm not NSA,
sure?
bro. I'm not NSA. Now just give me your social security number, your credit card number, your date of birth, your security code, all that good stuff. Okay. Make sure that you smash that like button while you go and reach for the bottle of water, because you need to stay hydrated, you raisin prune plebe.
I drink a lot of water.
Yeah. We be...
Yeah.
Yeah, I am Lord. I watched that episode of South Park the other day.
Feeling good on a Wednesday.
And the same episode, the very next episode is there's the episode where Randy becomes Lord, but then there's also the episode where Lord has to fight the holograms. And that's the PewDiePie streamer episode, and I just had to be,
yes.
I had to laugh at myself a little bit, and I was just like, they were so far ahead of their time with that. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how hard how hard on the head they hit the nail every time, and how much better it gets with age.
South Park is pretty goddamn good with that. It's a little bit more on the mark than the whole Simpsons did it all, because they've been around for 30 years. They've done everything. But,
right.
Yeah.
Alright, so Snap says Pilgrim used to be in East Coast, now he lives on West Coast, I think. I believe that is the case. I'm not trying to like dox mans, but like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not on the East Coast anymore. I am getting a little bit of laggedy lags here, unfortunately, with the music. But I want to see one of those no one light shows. His address is, listen, we're not going to go do this to ourselves. 307 Artist asks, are y'all going to Infrasound? I am so happy you asked me that question. If I'm going to Infrasound, yes, I'm going to Infrasound. You can catch me domed the fuck up at Infrasound. I will be bringing my Geodome, setting up my Geodome, and putting a bunch of cool light stuffs in my Geodome. And if I say the word Geodome one more time, I might go crazy, but I'll do it anyways. So, Geodome. Come check out the Geodome at Infrasound.
Geo, what?
And if any of you have been thinking about going to infrasound but haven't gone to infrasound, you should probably go to infrasound. That's the answer to that question. Dave says, I am going to infrasound. Can you give me a ride? Unfortunately, Dave, I cannot give you a ride. My car is going to be full of dome parts and another human being in the one other seat that I am going to have available. So, I do wish you the best in getting out there, and when you do get out there, I'm sure we can you can find the dome to camp next to in proximity of. But yeah, infrasound is the vibe. That's the vibe we're having in about 2 weeks. I'm very excited for that. So I want to see some of those Noone fingers again. We gotta see a classic Noone light show to see how good my impression was. Question was for anyone watching. Well, if anyone watching can give our man Dave a ride,
Dave needs a ride to infra.
That's definite. I'm sure there's something that can happen. Who am I most stoked for at infrasound? I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not even look at the lineup any year that I go to infrasound. I don't look at the lineup that closely. I just wander around and vibe and have the best time because I know for a fact what kind of music they bring in to infrasound is my vibes, regardless of whoever I go to. Like, there's been one occurrence, one occasion in the entire 10 years that I've been going to this festival that I was like, that one is not an infrasound type beat right there. But other than that, it's been entirely smooth sailing. So, all right, let's hear this music. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Oh, you're big frozen. You've been frozen for a solid like 10 seconds now. Did we lose him? I think we just entirely lost him. This is iconic. This is actually the best no one joke you could have possibly made. As Teddy said, now there really is no one there. This is how the trades are in person too, just so that we're clear. he lags out and glitches out. This is what he does. This is what he does when he games too. Like he glitches out and he'll entirely just disconnect.
There's no one here. I'm sorry.
Listen, it was entirely poetic that happened.
Oh.
So how long did it take for you to realize you were
It's
disconnected?
one of those things. It's kind of like in the Apex games, you know. It'll disconnect me, and then I'll sit there and I'll just press X on the main screen, trying to reconnect, just for a few seconds, like, 'cause every once in a while it'll jump me back in. But you know, I just sat and I was like, okay, well, I heard the music cut. Doesn't look like Discord's going anywhere, but I'm just gonna keep flowing for like a second or two. Maybe it'll come back. And yeah.
It said, nah, fam, we are done.
It said, you suck.
That internet plan is tough. Whatever it is, let me know so I can avoid it.
It's called 1998.
Wow. That's why it's bad, because you're stuck in 1998.
Don't worry, I'm moving in 2 months to 2022.
Nice. Happy to hear that.
It's very exciting.
Okay, I'm getting distracted by my own finger wiggles now. That be happening occasionally. Alright, he's got the cameras back. They're back. Yeah, no, there's definitely a dial-up joke to be made. Man's dial-up internet is literally him twiddling two fingers, something like that. Listen, there's bones there. There's bones there, but we got to figure out where the meat is. So if you had to describe the signature like style of the DMV, how would you describe it?
I feel like it's very punchy. I feel like a lot of us have a lot of impact to our moves.
Impact, but
Dustin
not
used to
not like the red and blue.
not
impact.
literal red and blue impact, but I mean like I'm using my Z-axis to like throw moves into your face.
So actual literal impact rather than the stylistic impact. Right, got it.
I would say that also there is a little bit of. I feel like the splicing that Mike talked about a lot is something that a lot of us inherently all kind of picked up on and used. It's similar to a lot of platforming, but like I find like I'm not quite sure that I can put my finger on it, but it's one of those things that when I've gone and traveled to different parts of the countries and I've told somebody that I'm from the DMV and they go, I've gotten some trades from some other DMV people and I could tell. And I'm like, that's funny. I don't know what it is per se. I couldn't really.
Well, it's what it is. There's a signature to every region that I've visited, and what's interesting is I've actually not really visited the DMV area to get a full flavoring, to get a full sampling of the wares, as it were. But I've traded with you. I've traded with a good amount of people from that area, and what I would agree with for sure is that level of punch and that level of splice to a certain degree. And there's also that level of like dramatic drama in general that you guys add to the movement, and I think that's probably where the whole team comes from. But
that is where SHH came from, for sure, was the drama, the storytelling. That was Chris and Mike, actually, Chris Basie and Mike Cheatham's team.
Yep, I value it heavily. It's the gloving accent, says Scotty. Yeah, I agree with that. Literally, everyone has their own dialect of gloving, and that's what I'm talking about. So sure, you betcha. I think that it's just really interesting watching regions' gloving dialects unfold and seeing how those came into being. Another question that I had for you would be, does your region have any like specific techniques that it's known for creating? And I kind of have to load this question because Pilgrim has a heavy responsibility in creating a lot of different techniques. First of all, so
I'm not too sure. I know one move that when I was coming up, getting into CL and everything, the thing that was like the DMV face mount move was just the back and forth finger rolls.
Sure, but when I learned this, I learned this from.
But you know what I mean, like
that's video. Sure.
It's so like I'm not sure if there's any one move that I could say. I don't know if I have an answer for that.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to let the answer remain as Pilgrim doing his absolute darndest to push the technique meta forward as a progenitor of CC, or at least the captain of CC, not necessarily the progenitor of CC, but he is you know what I mean. Anyways. Josh Lee did guns.
I could say Josh Lee's guns. I was literally like, it popped into my head as you were about to say it.
Was he the one who invented
guns?
Was he the one who invented guns? There was no such thing as firearms before he made firearms.
Obviously, anybody can go like this and go pop pop. I definitely would do a like something I did when I first got into it is I would end some shows by just going, and that was just something I did for some things. But like Josh Lee took guns to a whole different level aside from just going like this.
Man said arsenal.
He said, okay, you know, I've got a gun. Okay, cool. I'm going to put everything on it. I'm going to take my gun apart, clean it, put it back together, and then I'm going to destroy you with it. And you're going to see it all happen.
Man
He
said,
took the
this
gun
is
to
my
the level.
rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Yes, he did.
Well, I can appreciate that for sure. Taking techniques that are common and putting your own, as Scotty said, accent on it is really what gloving is all about. So
There's a very
valid
real
behavior.
possibility that Troll Squad may have been the first ones to do the dick flail.
No, because didn't Jason Theodoropoulos do the dick flail first? Pretty sure the first dick flail happened long time back in Glover's Lounge. And then also the dick pendulum happened before Scotty's dick flail, if that's the one you're referring to.
No, I'm not referring to Scotty's dick flail as the Troll Squad's first dick flail. Troll Squad was doing dick flails when, like, in-person dick flails in like 2018.
I know nothing about those, but the first the first dick flail meme was a Glover's Lounge thing that happened pre 2015, I think. So
Maybe.
Scotty says we may not be the first, but we've mastered the style.
Yes.
Valid. Well, I still remain the master of the pendulum. Okay, listen. I remade that video.
I don't think anybody's taking that from you.
I remade that video for TikTok, and then TikTok wouldn't let me post it. The only place that lets me post it is Instagram. Well, Facebook too, but like Instagram is like the only one that's like, yeah, you can use this. Funny. The things we do to go viral, you know? Listen, clout is one hell of a drug, all right? I had more questions. Now I can't think of them. Scott says you don't want to see my pendulum. You're right, Scott. I do not want to see your pendulum. We'll just have to go ahead and hold off on that one. He's hitting us with the cleaning hands.
Wax on, wax off. Mr. Miyagi taught you well.
Gives wax off a whole new meaning. Boing boink. Oh, goodness. So, let's see here. You know, we kind of already went through all the questions. I thought I had more questions for you guys, for you, but we've gone through all the interview questions that essentially I have for a effective interview, essentially for an interview of the book. So, hypothetically speaking, I could transcribe all of your answers, put it down into Word format, and then it could be a addition to the next edition of the book. Trademark. So, that's
Strokes
fun.
the non-existent beard that I shaved earlier.
Fun fact.
Or my mustache.
But how about this? Why don't you give us a look at how to do your signature move? Teach everyone your signature so that they can copy you and be like you and idolize you.
One of my favorite things that I like to do, which I think Dustin considers this to be my signature move, is it's just a simple little dial combo that I do that you can kind of go in and out of it from either side, and you can easily just rotate them out, but it's nice creating one line of lights and shifting them all around. Hand on top of the other, you can shift all the way down, shift halfway, and then shift them back out from the middle. And then you can continue going down, go back up, move from both sides. So, completely separated. I'll dial the middle, dial the outside, dial the next outside, switch the hand positions, hold out, dial the middle, roll down, repeat the other way.
My man's is going lightning speed and your thing is glitching again.
I will slow it down and do it one more time.
Trying to
So,
keep up.
I've got my right hand over top of my left.
Okay.
So, we'll dial the middle two, which ends up being my right ring and my left middle. These dial, so you have it split like this.
Okay, gotcha.
And from the outside, and the outside top dials in, bottom dials in.
Outside
Top
tracks, I
dials
get
in.
it. Gotcha.
Outside, 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 outside.
Sure.
You can
and then
either
switch.
dial the whole thing or slide it back.
Sure. Okay.
Repeat,
that makes
hold them
sense.
out, do the middle. Now what you've done is
Ah,
you've moved the left. You've done this whole thing just to switch it from there to there. You can always shift this to the sideways, do it like this, flip it over. Because you're always using the same 8, you can interchange these dials, intersperse them, and shift them, and constantly have a very similar looking, but ever shifting and very pattern focused thing happening.
Gotcha. Well, here's something.
Small.
On that
It's a
note.
lot of very It's a lot of very small, quick patterns that shift, and you start seeing repeating patterns the longer I go through it as I do it. But it's a lot of little variations that I'll do on the fly.
Micro movements. I appreciate the micro movements.
movements.
Something on that note is when you have your fingers lined up, you can dial. You can push out or push in, right? So you can dial out or you can dial in. But if you dial in and then push the finger and replace the finger, then you can basically essentially kick it all the way down the line. So kick out, kick in, kick out, replace, kick out, kick in, kick out, replace. Exactly. So it looks like and it looks like just like it's snaking down the line. Kind of a cool little thing. And of course you can do it with either hand and back up. But then you
Very
can
fun.
also attempt to do both of them at the same time, which becomes sort of jumbled a little bit, but also kind of cool if you can do it.
That takes a little bit of extra spice that sometimes my hands get a little bit confused and they're like, huh? Are you sure you wanted to do that?
No,
And
I
I'm
get
like,
it.
Yes,
I get
do
it.
it.
I get it. The fingers are like, yo, bro, I need you to just slow down a second. Your brain's working faster than my phalanges. And that's just how it works sometimes, you know? So we just gotta vibe with that. So Dave says that was a cool move. I'm gonna watch the recording of the stream tomorrow. Hopefully it won't break up so bad. Unfortunately, the recording will probably look the exact same way as this, but smash your fingers with a hammer. I'm not gonna do that. That's rude. Why would I do that? Meanie. That's Jason's most recent pit, and that's where he does it. That's good. Did we lose Jason again? I think we did. I think we did. There's no one there. How strange. Bro, I legit severed 4 tendons and can still throw. You got this. I don't know why you would do that. I'm really upset for you that you would do that. That's very unfortunate. Highly unfortunate. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this music so that I can play music on something that's not gonna jump around. It might be a little loud though. So I want to talk about more cap drills. I'm gonna start making a few more cap drills. Just play this video while he's gone. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. I can do that. Where'd the video go? Oops.
Oh, the pain.
I didn't just mess up the stream, I hope not.
Oh, the pain.
Oh, he's back.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I would argue that it's probably worse for me than it is for you.
I think you're all right. I think the stream's still working, so we got that going for me. I think I pressed the wrong button. I thought I pressed the wrong button, but it didn't mess it up.
Audio, no video?
Audio, no video. How about now? All I see is Jest, not the guy. Oh no, that's on purpose. That was intentional. You had me scared there for
see, he just doesn't want to see you.
It's just no one on stream. See if no one's on stream, then no one's on stream. But if no one's on stream, then also no one's on stream. See, it works out either way. See, no one on stream, no one on stream. Either way, no one's on stream. Listen. Alright, so I want to post more cap drills. And cap drills are those like ideas that if you take an idea, if you take a move, I gotta turn this down because it is definitely too loud for me right now. Okay, that's better. Alright, now I can hear myself think. Anywho's, the idea is behind a cap drill is that if you take a move that you just like do, and then you do it with either side, and then you start that move where you end that move, it becomes a self-contained drill that you can keep moving throughout it, forward and backward, and drill the speed. Josh, do a cap of the kick out thing. What's the kick out thing?
This.
Oh, I mean that already is a cap if you think about it.
Yes,
so
it does. No, it just loops back and forth. So
it certainly loops. I like that though, the kick out thing. Let's call it the continuity kick out because it continues momentum and kicks out each finger. So the continuity kick out cap drill would look like this. You're gonna go step 1, pointer finger underneath, right pointer finger underneath, right
top
middle
Let's
finger.
Say top.
Well, top, yeah, but
top one, yeah.
I mean, if you want to keep together with perfect precision, I'm gonna start with my pointer finger on top. So my right pointer finger is on top. It's gonna kick out my right middle finger. Right middle finger is gonna kick in the right ring finger. The right ring finger is gonna kick out the right pinky. the pinky is going to loop all the way back around and then kick back out the ring finger. Ring finger is going to kick in the middle finger. The middle finger is going to kick out the pointer finger, and the pointer finger replaces itself on top or cycles itself back around for another go, which is where the continuous action part comes in out of this pattern. But hypothetically, we stack it on top and stop. That means we have a place to change to the next part. But considering it is not comfortable from this position to start with the top, let's start with the bottom, because the bottom is free like the top would be, right? Because if we started at the top here, we'd be starting with a finger messing up the pattern, right? So we're going to start at the bottom. The pinky is going to kick out. Actually, we can either kick in or kick out. But we're going to the pinky is going to come in and then kick out the middle finger. The middle finger, or I'm sorry, not middle finger, ring finger. Ring finger is going to kick in the middle finger. Middle finger is going to kick out the pointer finger. And the pointer finger is going to loop all the way around and kick back out the middle finger. Middle finger, ring finger, pinky. Pinky loops all the way around and starts the loop all over again. Now you can also do it in such a way where you start and then end at the bottom, so that the opposite hand is on top again, so that it goes in a continuous resetting pattern that way. So that is the... Now do both hands at the same time. Both hands at the same time look like this.
Well, if we want to get technical, you're technically alternating your hands rather than doing both hands at the same time. But both hands at the same time is really jumbled and hard to do.
Well, both hands at the same time doesn't really look like anything except for...
Exactly.
Yeah, but
You
alternating...
need to have,
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Both hands are moving at the same time. They're just not doing the exact same thing. So the answer is in the fine print. But either way, it looks...
You could also theoretically always flow down with this, because you could just go down and then do it with the other side. You could alternate it by flowing down and having your index kick back the middle finger first on the right.
Right.
Kick back, and then kick forward, and keep going down and variate by that. You could go kick back, kick forward, and then go up again, and then reverse it at that point, go up. Interesting concepts to play with.
This thing has a lot of math to do in the way that it varies, because of how this pattern works with all fingers, right? So
I like to think of dials as switches, and it's like you've got a very long switchboard going up and down, and when you click each dial, it's like switching it on and off, and you create patterns with those switches going on and off. So sometimes it's on, off, on, off, on, off. Sometimes it's on, off, on, off, on, you know.
Yes.
Things like that, but yep. Math.
There's a lot of permutations out there, so get out there and do the math. Rowdy asks, can I get some used Spectras? Bro, if you find a place where you can get used Spectras, by all means tell me, because I will buy up all of them. I mean, of course, after you get your set, but like... Bro, used Spectras are kind of a thing right now. Taj says, I'm here to be a nuisance. What's up? Josh, you really stole this set from me with no shame. What set? This set? This is my set. What? What you talking about? This is literally Jest mode. I will fight you. This man said he's gonna come to be a nuisance and then claims Jest mode. This is literally me and Shane spent hours building this mode. Are you kidding me? I will fight you.
Taj said, I'm gonna come in here and be a nuisance.
That's what I'm saying.
Proceeded to do exactly that.
That is precisely what he did. He walked in here and did the exact thing that he knew would push my buttons. I do like this set though a lot. It is the way that it's like a candy strobe while also being a really doppy type of pattern. Can you tell what's going on here?
It looks like a little bit of a burst job, almost.
Yeah, so it bursts.
Like
it
small
bursts.
clusters of
Yep,
clusters.
it bursts. It bursts in really short color dots of 3 together, and then it'll have a strobe gap, and then the next 3 colors, and it lists those colors without starting over, right? So if you have 5 colors, for example, it'll still go 1, 2, 3, and then that gap, and then 4, 5, 1, and then that gap, and then 2, 3, 4, and then that gap. So it essentially does as you
5.2.
you look at it, you can see how it morphs between what its standing color is, but then it also morphs between what color bursts are together. So it's like this continuous loop of changing different color patterns while also just being 5 colors.
Very, very big brain. I like it a lot. I gotta be honest, I used to program really big brain like that too myself. But I like the simplicity in certain chips.
Oh, I value simplicity too, which is why most of the time at festivals I only use easy lights. But this is an idea that I've had since the Chroma 36s that has just never come to fruition because I couldn't find a programmer to actually do it with. But now with the brand new Vortex glove set by StoneOrbits.com. Sorry, plug.
Hashtag ad. Hashtag product placement.
hashtag shameless promotion. No, you literally can program anything that you can think of. So we sat down together and figured out exactly how this would work, and figured out exactly what the right pattern would look like, and figured out exactly all the little minutia of it, and then he printed it and put it as his first default mode on his Vortex sets. So you can go and get this mode. Literally, this mode is the default, the first default on the Vortexes. Hashtag Jest mode.
Damn, son, where'd you find that? Hashtag one more product placement. Hashtag ad. Hashtag Stone Orbits. Get your Vortex glove set today.
Yeah, for real. For real. I had no idea I was an ad. That's another classic South Park episode.
Oh, yes. Does she know she's an ad?
Tosh says, glad to see the Vortex happen. I got word about it as I was leaving FL. Yeah, it's something the community's been needing for a long time. I mean, Amazing obviously doesn't want to do stuff anymore, so whatever. Time for other people to step in and make moves.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm here for it. Excited to see what the community's going to be bringing to community events in the future, because it seems like it's really going to become community run from here on out, but it's honestly kind of an exciting prospect.
No, yeah, that's honestly for the best. I mean, realistically, community run events are going to be much more intimate and much more respected, I think, because people are going to realize what goes into it much more than a nameless, faceless company. And by nameless, faceless, I mean Amazing, even though it had a name and a face that everyone loved to pick on and still loves to pick on.
I think the problem is it was just a little too big, which is where the nameless, faceless.
Oh, no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But what's still ironic about it is it was still in the grand scheme of things, so it's still a small business.
Oh, very much so, yeah.
Just they hit those revenue marks, and everyone's just like, "What? They have money? Fuck them." I mean, and to be
Fuck 'em
fair,
all to death.
to be fair, there's a certain amount of that was valid. So. So the real question here, sir, is have you gotten your competitor ticket for G3 yet?
I have not. That is something I'm actually going to be doing as soon as we are finished up here. Gonna get something going on one of those new competitor tickets that just dropped.
Excellent. We love to hear that. Maybe you should do it on stream so that everybody knows how to do it and everybody can see your credit card information.
Yeah, let's. I've also got my mother's maiden name, my driver's license ready to upload, my SSN, my passport.
Don't forget high school mascot and first
routing
dog.
number, my accounting number, my Facebook password, which is the most important one.
Of course it is. It's probably attached to all the other passwords.
Yeah, I'm just uploading that right now.
Cool.
You should see that in a second, and then we can just start Star Wars scrolling it up the screen for everybody, and hopefully they'll be able to, you can take your time on the VOD. Don't worry about getting it all now. It's still going to be up there.
Right.
It's the internet. Everything's up there forever.
The internet's forever, so you'll be able to use this credit card whenever you want. Oh, let me just remind you guys how sexy these jerseys are and that you can also go and get them still. But other than that, I think I'm done with the product placement. Hashtag ads. Hashtag. So we're coming up on about an hour and a half worth of gloving content that we've been doing, but tonight is a special occasion because our boy Jason is, again, as I said before, one of my oldest gaming buddies, and by oldest gaming buddies, that really doesn't count for much because I just started gaming like a few years ago again. So, but we're gonna play some Apex Legends. So,
yeah, we are.
In the next few minutes here, we're gonna get started with that. I think that Dustin, send me that link for Jason's show, or Jason, if you have it handy. If you have it handy, send it to me so that we can play that while I get my stuff set for...
Yeah, absolutely. 1 second.
I came to be a nuisance. What's that feel?
man's coming in to be a nuisance. Are you coming in to claim my glove set? Like,
No, I just came
for
to
real? Oh, okay.
But
Alright.
the thing I didn't troll about was buying the competitor's ticket. I had to call Teddy because I was stressed.
Oh yeah? You were trying to figure out when it was happening?
Yeah, because he's like, yeah, we're going to do it Friday. I was like, all right, cool, I can relax. And then he made that post. I was like, oh no. Not like this. I live in California. There's no reason for me to not be there.
Right. Well, you got time.
It's a lot
you got
bigger
time
of a
still,
move
but
for
like,
me.
you don't have time. You should make sure you can get it.
Yeah, I'm glad I got mine. I also haven't heard from Jason in a hot minute. How are you?
And I miss you, buddy. It's been a while.
Hold on, wait. Do I have to have my gloves on for this stream or no?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
But yes, actually, you actually have to glove upside down if you want to come on camera.
Alright, great. Most of my gloving look like that anyway.
Alright, I got this video that we're gonna pull open and watch. We're gonna watch Jason do his pit battle.
Jason, you got fat, brother.
Cold. Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
I told you I came to be a nuisance.
He came to be an absolute. He came to be an absolute demon.
It's okay. I lost all my hair, dude.
Lost your hair.
Well,
Bald
Listen,
now.
apparently, bald is trending, and you can't even get made fun of. Otherwise, Will Smith will smack you. So
yeah, you better watch out. The man's got a
it's the best time ever to be bald right now.
Whoa. Oh, also, go buy that, you nerds. You guys see that? That Puppet Masters banner? That looks cool.
Oh yeah, go buy a PM banner real quick.
Yeah.
But they actually can't see you right now, anyways, because we're watching a video. We're watching this video here. Oh,
Oh,
I should turn off the
Jason's a
music.
monster.
I was gonna say I gotta turn this off too.
Oh yeah, I remember this one. This is the one where you took the
I'm not hearing the
champion, isn't
music,
it?
but maybe that's. Yes, I am currently #1 on pit battles for this light show.
Wait, you do that now? Since when?
Since last year.
Word.
Yes, this is the one that I took champion with.
Yeah, because it was like hype. Punchy is the word that you used earlier that I would definitely ascribe to this. Rowdy says how much of the Vortex is. The base model is $265, I believe, but you can pay $275 for extra for a colored casing or whatever. There's add-ons like extra wires and stuff too, of course, but you'll get extra. I think you get extra wires, 2 extra wires with it.
Who is this show competing against?
Doofy, right?
No, this was against Steve Lee.
Oh.
This was our rematch of a rematch of a rematch.
Rematch of a rematch of a rematch.
Yes, so
Okay,
we
well,
were.
I gotta ask, as your former captain, how many times did you beat this guy?
So we were 1-1. I took the first round between Steve and I. He took the second, and then I broke the tie for this win, and I made top leaderboard with that.
Nice.
And that's where it has been since this video.
I like the little Pac-Man move you did there.
Waka waka.
You know, this is the first light show I've watched all year.
Well, I'm glad it's mine.
True. Yeah, but like this is like a recorded setting, you know. This is not like live. That wasn't the live show. Oh, and when I'm in your stream, I'm usually driving, so I just leave it on the background. Yo. Do I have to play Apex now? Oh no. Hey, when are we gonna have the color theory stream? I'll come. I'll not be a nuisance for that one. I promise. Okay. Yo, shout out to my boy Snaps, even though I don't know who you are. Don't aspire to have my energy. I promise it's not good. All right. Well, I'm gonna head out and not be a nuisance anymore.